today with a stamping video for you. It's been requested by a few people on different groups that I'm on because I do a lot of stamping. So I thought I might as well do a YouTube video for today's video. I'm sorry that I didn't make a video yesterday. It just ended up a bit manic doing random stuff. If you haven't heard, I'm going to be doing workshops on Instagram. I've actually made the nail art workshops free. They're going to be on my main Instagram account, which will be linked below if you'd like to join those. The first one I've got going is on Sunday at 7:30, and the picture of the 5 designs that I'm going to be doing are all on my Instagram account. So if you fancy getting involved in that, then head on over there and have a look. And then anyway, back to the topic at hand. I'm going to be showing you how to do stamping. So I'm going to be using, so for these ones in particular, I actually used Clear Jelly Stamper products. But for this video, I'm going to use Bluesky Weekly Polish to stamp with, and I'm going to go from there because I don't want to use really expensive items, because I know that a lot of people that are just starting out with stamping, which are hopefully going to be the type of people that watch this video, are not going to be investing loads and loads of money into it, because obviously you don't know whether you're going to like it, you don't know if you're going to be able to do it or anything, so you're not going to want to go piling a load of money into something that you're not sure about. So first of all, you're going to need your polish that you're going to stamp with. I've got 2 here because I'm going to show you 2 different nails. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. So I've got 2 polishes here. One is a silver and one is a gold. They're from Bluesky Weekly Polish. And to be honest, if you're just starting out, these are brilliant. They're £4.50 each, but they're in for the buy 5, get 6 offer, so they don't end up that expensive. And in normal times, Divine Beauty, that I always have linked in the description, sell them for 10% off further as well, so it's a really good deal. Oh, that's aggressive. So I've got my nails that I'm going to be working on. Just push that on. So I've got these already made up because I have examples of my press-ons on my page, and I've got blank nails because of it, so I just thought I might as well use them, saves you having to watch me polish them. So I've got this plate here. First of all, this is from Moyra stamping plates, and well, it's not from Moyra stamp, it's a stamping plate from Moyra. It's called Florality 3, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's number 41. These plates are absolutely amazing. They do smaller ones as well, but as I said, obviously I totally understand if you want to buy cheaper first, because obviously you're going to want to see whether it works for you and stuff like that first. So I did start out, bearing in mind, with Amazon ones. So then you're going to need a scraper, a stamper. I'm going to use my smaller one today, like this. I find the ones that you can see through the bottom much more helpful, because you can actually see what you're doing, and not all of them are like that. So I would recommend those types. So let's get straight into it. So first of all, you want to make sure that you've got absolutely everything that you're going to need right next to you. You want it all really close to you. So I keep literally everything in this really small compact area that you can see on camera. So my polish is open, ready for when I'm going to use it. So it's open straight away. I'm keeping it right next to here. And then my scraper, keep right here, somewhere you can pick it up easily. If you've got nails on and you have it flat on the desk and you can't pick it up, you're going to waste way too much time trying to pick that up, so you need to make sure it's accessible for you. So we're going to go in with this one. My scraper's right here. I've also got a lint-free roller. This is the best way to clean your stamper. Do not ever put acetone on here. Don't try and scrape things off, because this is like jelly. It's really, really, really soft. And you've only got to get a little nick in it, and that's it. Then you're going to ruin your images. So let's get into it. I've picked this one here for this nail, and then I think I'm going to use something florally, obviously because it's a floral palette, but something like this for this one. So first of all, I'm going in with the silver. I'm going to put just enough polish at the top of the image, up here like that, to make sure that it will cover the whole image, if that's what you're using. So then I'm going to go straight in and pick it up with my stamper, and then I'm going to just line up whereabouts I want it on the nail, and then push it in, make sure it's all transferred, and then you can lift off, and there you go. So the main rules really are to make sure that you don't leave the polish too long on here to sit, because if you do, you're not going to be able to pick it up. Don't scrape too hard because you're going to pull polish out of the image and then it's not going to pick up. And don't scrape too easily because then you're going to have a lot of excess, and when you pick it up it's going to be all smudged on your stamper. So I'm just quickly going to show you what happens if you don't do everything that I've said. So I'm just going to clean it off again. So I'm going to put way too much on and I'm not going to wipe it enough. Okay, so we've covered it, we've got it all on there, and then I'm just going to go over it really gently, and then I'm going to pick it up. And then you're going to end up with all this blurriness all around it. I didn't press down hard enough to really pick the rest up, but this is what will happen. And usually if you put a lot on and don't scrape enough off, it will all be in between as well, and you'll just ruin the image. So it won't be, as you can see, it's not quite as crisp. So don't do that. And then I'll show you what it's like if you don't put enough on. So put a little bit at the top. You think that's enough to cover the whole nail. You pull it down, you pick it up, and you've got bits missing. So you've wasted all of this polish, all of the excess polish on there, and you've got to do it all over again. So and then I'm going to show you what happens if you over scrape. So if you think, oh, I've not scraped enough off, I'll do a bit more, and I'll do a bit more, and I'll do a bit more, that's when you're going to have problems as well. So I'm going to scrape off the excess and think, I think I should scrape it a bit more. I'm going to push down really hard just to make sure there is definitely enough in there, and then I'm going to pick it up. And you're going to get this thin, half-assed mess. So you want to make sure. Let's do it again, ready for the next nail. So we'll do a different design this time for the next one. I'm going to use this one here in the gold. So you've got your polish. Well, I say that, can't open the bloody thing. So you've got your polish. You've cleaned off your stamper. It's nice and clean. You've got this ready right next to you. And then you're going to just pop enough on. This one's more of a glitter one, so it's not quite the same consistency. You're going to pop enough on. You're going to do just the right amount of pressure to take it off. You're going to pick it up, and then you're just going to, well, actually, I'm going to remove some of my stamper because I don't want it on there. And then you're just going to place on the nail and push down. There you go. And then obviously I can't show you how to place because I can't do it quick enough for it to not set. So I literally just look through here, you line it up with your nail whereabouts you want it, and then you push. So another thing is leaving it too long to do different things. So if you paint on, I'm going to do it with the silver just because it shows up better. If you paint on your colour and then you pull it off, and then you have a mess around, you get your stamper because you forgot to clean it, so you're giving that a good clean, and then you remember that you've got bloody polish everywhere all over your scraper, it's not going to pick up anything, and then you do that, and then, right, okay, I'm going to go in now and pick it up. You've got half of it left, because you've got to remember that this is normal polish, which means that it's setting as soon as you wipe that off. All of that in there, in those indents, is setting, which means that when it's dry, it's not going to stick to this. So that means you're not going to be able to pick it all up. Then if you, just doing all the trial and error things everyone does wrong at first, I did all of these things, it took me a really long time to get into stamping. So I've picked up with my thing, and then I'm deciding, like, right, I don't want this piece, I don't want this piece, don't want those or that, won't have that or that, take off this and that and that. Actually, I don't want that area, and I don't really want that leaf there, so I'm going to take that off as well. So you've looked at all of that and you think, right, it's perfect now, actually, I'll have that, let's put it on. It's not going to stick because the same way as it'll stick in here and not come out onto your stamper is the same way that it won't transfer from your stamper. I can poke this all I like now. That polish is dry, too dry to transfer. And that's why no matter how hard you try, nothing is going to come off. So that's why speed is a major factor when it comes to stamping. If you do invest in stamping products, I would definitely recommend things from the Clear Jelly Stamper. They are absolutely amazing. Their plates are lovely. Their stamping polishes especially. I think if you're going to invest in anything, invest in your stamping polishes. They are lovely. They come really nicely packaged if you buy them in a kit, and they are so pigmented. They're the ones that I use to do these. So just show you this one. So they're the colours that I use to do these ones that I showed you at the beginning. They are really pigmented. I know it doesn't really look it, but the light's really bad in here at the moment, and they are on a black background, so obviously if you put it on something else they're going to be a lot brighter, but they're really pigmented. You get a lot more time to sit and play around because they don't set quite as fast as just a normal regular polish would. So if you are getting into stamping and you're serious about it, I definitely recommend investing in good stamping products, not just random stuff. So I'm going to top coat these because they are on a velvet background and I want to see what they look like, nice and shiny. So as you can see, the Bluesky polishes are really nice. They look lovely, especially these two shimmery ones. Obviously they have normal colours as well, but I love a bit of shimmer. So I'm just going to top coat those, and then that's this video done. I hope everything I said made sense and I didn't rush through it too much. I just didn't want the video to end up way too long. So when it comes to top coating as well, you want to basically like put quite a lot on and then float it over the top. You don't want to put a little bit on and then be dragging through your design, because it's not very likely that it will drag it off, but it is likely that it's not going to cover it all. You want to make sure that every single bit of your design is covered in top coat. So use your line of light to be able to do that. If you keep moving your nail around like this and you follow that little bit there that's of light, if you keep doing that all the way around the nail, eventually it won't go straight if there's any missing. Just trying to find somewhere that I've missed a bit. Well, that's really frustrating, isn't it? But if you've missed a bit, that line will be all wonky and it won't reflect the same. So you'll know when there's a little bit missing if you do this way. So just make sure that you really do check from all angles that it is completely covered, because if not, it will just wear off. If you're worried about that and you're worried that you're not going to get every single little bit of it, you can always double top coat. A lot of people base coat and then top coat. I don't bother personally, because I find that if you just spend a little bit more time top coating and make sure you do it perfectly, there's no need for that, and my clients come back after 3 to 4 weeks with perfect stamps. So that is my input into the stamping world. If anyone's got any questions or anything, then please comment or contact me on social media. Don't forget about my live workshop on Sunday at 7:30. I'd love it if you could join me. You can either join with all your nail bits and get involved and do it alongside me, or you can join me with a pen and paper and just draw yourself some pictorials or just write stuff down, or just sit with a cuppa and watch me. That's fine. But the more the merrier. I'd love if people would join in. So hopefully I will speak to you all on Sunday, and I will probably be back for another video tomorrow. So I hope everyone's okay and enjoying the nice weather. I hope you enjoyed this video and it helped you. And thank you for watching again. I will be back tomorrow. Take care. Bye.